It's the first match of the fall 2021 season as the Gateway Gators and the Penn Trafford Warriors look to get off on the right track to start the season. We welcome you to Furry Sports Complex here in Gateway High School for the first match of the 2021 volleyball season as the Gateway Gators take on the Penn Trafford Warriors here on NFHS Network. Hello everybody and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Spencer Witt. It's the first match for Gateway at home this season and also the first match for their new coach for the Gators. Taking over is Kayla Taylor, who will have a first match for the Gators and would like to turn things around after last season for Gateway High School. 1-7 record last season for them. And this is a big match for both teams as Penn Trafford also looking to get their season started on a high note after a pretty good season last year. Looking to continue things here in the 2021 season. About 50 seconds until warm-ups are done for. We'll have the starting lineups as well as, I believe, the national anthem prior to the match. Again, what has been a wild ride for a lot of players and a lot of these students for the past couple years. Hopefully a bit of normalcy for these matches. Gateway Gators in their black jerseys and Penn Trafford in their green jerseys as you see the Gators warming up on the court. So final 20 seconds of warm-ups. After that, we'll step aside for the national anthem and the starting lineups for the match.
Hello all, welcome to Gateway High School for tonight's match. For tonight's starters for Penn Trafford, we have senior Kaylin Stuckis, senior Kenna Schrock, junior Kate Shaw, sophomore Ella Bindock, senior Jude Luber, junior Layla McPherson, senior Olivia Finelli, senior Maddie Klobuchar, senior Jessie Bridge, junior Gia Pezzi, and senior Carly Hoffman. And now for your Gateway Gators! Senior Sarah Porter, senior Amaya Robinson, senior Lexi Margolis, senior Nikita Voynick, senior Grace Weiskircher, junior Becky George, junior Avery Ferzak, sophomore Michaelina Estermera, and freshman Jolena Estermera.
Please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the
National anthem and player introductions have completed. Both sides in their respective huddles. As we are moments away from the first match of the fall 2021 season for both the Gateway Gators and the Penn Trafford Warriors here on NFHS Network. Mentioned earlier, Gateway, new coach for the Gators. It's Kayla Taylor. Was an assistant at her alma mater, California High School, last season, has come over to lead the Gators. And a team that has a lot to work on and a lot to improve over last season, a 1-7 record in 2020. Their only win coming against Connellsville. Of course, season last year was a confusing one and full of a lot of difficulties for not only Gateway and Penn Trafford, but throughout Western Pennsylvania when it came to volleyball. Both teams are looking to hopefully see a bit of a difference here this evening. Mentioned before, Gateway on the left side of your screen. In the black jerseys, libero wearing the white jersey. For Penn Trafford, they are in the green jerseys. Their libero is wearing white for the Warriors. It will be Gateway who will serve first. Alexis Margolis, the outside hitter, a senior, will serve for the Gators. We're underway here in the 2021 fall season. Sent over, passed up by the Gators. In the back row, that one sent over, but passed up by Gateway. Touching that one over off the block, kept alive though by the middle blocker for Gateway. On the swing for the Gators, that was going to be a lift call on number 15, Becky George. Point for Penn Trafford, and the Warriors get the first point of the match. Number 11 serving for Penn Trafford, Caitlin Stuckus. Senior listed as the defensive specialist / libero, getting the defensive specialist start tonight. This one from the back row, and it's blocked down. A good block from number 22. That's Jessie Bridge for Penn Trafford. Second point of the match goes to the Warriors, and Stuckus will serve again. Served over by Stuckus, off the arms of a Gateway player and over into the scaffolding. Not able to play that one are the Gators. It's an ace for Stuckus. 3-0 as the Warriors jump out to an early lead. Served over by Stuckus. Two players going for that one, and it goes away. Another ace for Stuckus. Back-to-back aces for the senior. She will serve again for the Warriors. Stuckus serves from the left side of the net, and that one, the left side of the court and into the net. Unfortunately, a service error for her. First point for the Gators this evening. Number 8 for a Gateway will serve. Sarah Porter sends it over for the Gators. Off the libero, tight on the net, set to the outside. That one off the arms of number 12, Margolis. They'll go outside for Gateway. Passing that one up is number 11, Stuckus. Outside, that's 16, Olivia Finelli, and Finelli gets the point for Penn Trafford. Olivia Finelli, outside hitter, a senior for the Warriors. And the libero will serve for Penn Trafford. Kenna Schropp sending that one over, passed up by Gateway. Into the middle, tipped over, kept alive by the Gators, and they send it over. Into the middle for Penn Trafford, a good swing from number 15, Becky George. Did not have a blocker on her, send it into the corner, and got the point for the Warriors. 6-1 as Penn Trafford takes an early lead in this first set. Kenna Schropp will serve again for Penn Trafford. Sent over, passed up, overpass, touched right over, but Gateway will play it. It was a bit too far for that middle blocker. Off the block and out of the reach of the libero. It's a point for Gateway. Good swing from the middle blocker for Gateway. That's Amaya Robinson, who the senior is serving for Gateway. Passed up by libero for Penn Trafford. Backside. Good swing from number 7 for Penn Trafford. That's Jude Lover. over the senior outside hitter for Penn Trafford. A lot of seniors on these teams for both sides. Serving this one over is number 19. That's Maddie Klobuchar, the senior defensive specialist. Sends that one too strong. A service error from her. And Becky George will serve for the Gators. Passed up. Set to the outside off the block. Kept up, though, from the block coverage. Sent too strong, though. Right idea from Gateway. They saw all the block coverage up front near that net. It was just too much of a swing from the Gators. And it will be Penn Trafford who will serve. It's 23 serving. Giapezzi. Touched over on a free ball from Gateway. Good pass into the middle. That one inside the lines. Dropping that one in was number 15 for the Warriors. That's Layla McPherson. Junior middle blocker gets the point for the Warriors. Serving again is Pezzi. Passed up by number 4, Robinson. That one off the block, kept up though by the Warriors. Nice play from number 5. That was Kate Shaw, and it's an issue for Gateway, a point for Penn Trafford. They're the first to break double digits here in this match, 10-3 in this first set. Served over, passed up by the Gators. Free ball sent over by libero, pretty short. Nice pass, tipped over by the setter. Nice play for number 6. That's Ella Dindak, sophomore setter for the Warriors, recognizing that. Didn't have much room to work with, so just sending that one over on 2. Passed up by Gateway. Into the middle, pushed into the corner. Gonna have to track that one down was number 4, Schropp, and she gets to it. Outside, passed up by the libero for Gateway. That's Estremera on the outside and off the blocking, getting the point. Good swing from Kate Shaw, and it's a point for the Warriors. 12-3, Penn Trafford. Serving over again is Pezzi. She had a good serving streak. Nice play from Gateway to keep that one alive, and they have a tough angle, but they send over a free ball. On the slide, kept up though by the Warriors off the block, and a free ball sent over by Pezzi. Passed up, Estremera. Outside, tough angle off the block, kept up though by Penn Trafford. Into the middle, big swing, and getting the point was number 15, Layla McPherson. Point for the Warriors. 13-3. Penn Trafford, and Pezzi has a bit of a serving streak here. She sends this one over off the arms of Robinson. Down the line, nice swing from the middle blocker for Gateway. Number 20, Grace Weiskircher. Weiskircher getting the point for the Gators. A much needed point from the senior to side out for Gateway. Nicolina Estremera serving. Too strong from the Warriors. The big swing from McPherson, and it's a point for Gateway. Estremera, the sophomore, in the start for, or in libero position for the Gators. Sent over, passed up, into the middle, off the block, straight down. A good block from Gateway. It was number 20, Weiskircher, solo block for her. Gateway clawing their way back in this for the Gators. Served over. That one will be in play, so good play by number 19. That's Klobuchar to play that one. Passed up by Estremera. Outside, tight on the net, off the block. And it's a point for Penn Trafford. It was blocked down from the Warriors. I think number 12, Margolis, would have been in the net anyway. Very tight on that net on that set. Regardless, it's a point for Penn Trafford. Serving it over is McPherson, off of a player for the Gators. Tight on the net, nothing that they can do on that one. Not a friendly roll for Gateway, and it's a point for Penn Trafford. McPherson will serve it over again off the fists of Robinson. Tight angle, but a good play from Estremera to keep that alive for Gateway. And too strong on that one. It's a good play and a nice point from Estremera and the Gators. (15-7). Nikita Voynick will serve. Served over, strong serve, but passed up by Penn Trafford. Tight of the net, touched over by number 5, that's Shaw. Outside, off the block, out of the reach of the libero, and it's a point for Gateway. That was number 12 for the Gators, Alexis Margolis, with the point. Serving it over and sent over, another strong serve, another good pass by the Warriors. Sent over off the arms of a player for Gateway, but it drops in perfectly for Kate Shaw. That went off the fists of a defensive specialist for Gateway. Tough break for them as it does not get high enough into the air for anyone to play it. And it's 16-8. Served over by number 24, that's Carly Hoffman. Hoffman's serve is too strong. It's a service error for the Warriors. 16-9. Penn Trafford still comfortably up right now. Gateway started off a little sluggish, but they have brought themselves back. That one inside the lines, or at least that's what the call from the line judge. It's an ace for Gateway. Margolis will serve again. Margolis' serve passed up by number 4, Schropp. In the middle, a bit of a miscommunication, but both Warriors players get that one over. Sent over on a free ball, passed up by Schropp. Into the middle, big swing and a big kill from number 22, Jesse Bridge. Senior middle hitter gets the point for Penn Trafford. (17-10). Penn Trafford will serve. Number 11, Stuckis, who serves for the Warriors. Off of Stuckis from the swing from the Gators. Backside, punched over. Out of the reach of a player for Gateway, and it's a point for Penn Trafford. Stuckis will serve again for the Warriors. Penn Trafford last season, at least from what I've got last season, this one is served over. Overpass, put back down by Jesse Bridge for the Warriors. 19-10 is the score. Last season, Penn Trafford 3-2 record. Fell in a playoff match to Cannon Mac. That one went to 5 sets. As this one into the air, high into the air from Robinson. Not usually played by the middle blocker, but they do anyway. Out of the lines of Gateway, and it's a point for Penn Trafford. And a timeout will be taken by the Gators. Mentioned it before, first season for the new coach, Kayla Taylor. Was an assistant at California High School where she graduated. Didn't have too much experience with this team. Only joined them in early August. Taylor played a year at Carlo and transferring to West Virginia for academic reasons. Gateway, the Gators last made the WPIAL playoffs in 2017. Was an outside hitter, played all around at California. California last year, 9-3 record in Section 2A. Advanced to the WPIAL quarterfinals, fell to Bishop Canevin, the eventual WPIAL champions last year. So has some experience coaching some of the top teams in the WPIAL. As this one blocked right back down by Penn Trafford. It's a point for the Warriors, 21-10 here in the first set. Served over by Stuckis, off the arms of number 7, Nikita Voynick. Tight on the net. That's going to be in the net for number 24, unfortunately for Penn Trafford, Carly Hoffman. Booked for the net violation, and it is a point for the Gators. Served over off the arms of a Warrior. Tight ball, too strong on number 11. That was Stuckis. 21-12. Gateway serving this one over. Passed up. Backside tight on that, just pushed over. Sent over on 2. Trying to catch Penn Trafford off guard, but a good job by Schropp. Off of the block, and they get the point. It's number 16, Olivia Finelli, with the point for the Warriors. 22-12. Double-digit lead in this first set. As Kenna Schropp will serve. Schropp sends it over. Passed up. Pipe ball over the block, but passed up by number 24. That's Hoffman. Setter's out, so Schropp had to take it. And that went into the net for Jude Lover. Point for Gateway. 22-13. Here in this first set on NFHS Network. Served over, passed up. Outside, off the arms of a block from Gateway, but passed up, sent over on 2. Tipped over as well, but kept up by number 7. That was Lover, nice play from her. Passed up by the Gators, into the middle. Big swing off of Lover, kept up though by Schropp. A free ball sent over. Another opportunity on offense for Gateway. Outside, big swing. Passed up though in the back row. That one too strong, looking for a touch call. They do get one. Olivia Finelli tooling the block. That one way out of play after the fingertips of the Gators touching that one. And a point for Penn Trafford, 23-13. Served over. Passed up Estremera into the middle. Big swing and a nice kill from number 20, Grace Weiskircher. Weiskircher gets the kill. 23-14 now. Here in the first set. Sent over off the tape, and they get the ace. It's Becky George with the ace for Gateway. George gets the ace, and she will serve again for the Gators. That one sent over, just out of the reach, though, for anyone for Gateway. Kind of deflected off the fingers of the player for the Gators. And it is a point for Penn Trafford, set point for the Warriors. Giapezzi will serve. As he serves, sent over, off the arms of a Gateway player, bouncing around a couple times, and it'll be an ace. That's legal to play it in that scaffolding as long as it stays on your side, which it did for Gateway, but nobody could get to it. Pezzi gets the ace, and that is the first set. 25-15 in favor of Penn Trafford. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in on a beautiful Thursday evening. Here at Gateway Senior High School, home of the Gators. I'll mention real quick, if you're a fan of the Gators and want to catch some Gateway football tomorrow, I'll be at Penn Hills, 7 o'clock. That's tomorrow on the Gateway Football Broadcast YouTube page. Gateway girls volleyball takes on Connellsville next Thursday at 7:30, also on the NFHS network. You can follow Gateway Productions and Gateway Football Broadcast on Facebook for more information and links to our broadcast. Welcome to Gator Country. Should be a good season for the football team this year. A lot of people are picking them to be one of the top teams in the WPIAL this season, a front runner for the Gators. The volleyball team on the other side, though, has some things they need to clean up here in this after this first set. 25-15, Penn Trafford. Penn Trafford took an early lead, and it was back and forth for a little bit midway through the first set, and then the Warriors ran away with it at the end of the first set. Of course, both teams will stay on their sides. Gateway on the left side in the all-black jerseys. Penn Trafford on the right side in the green jerseys. About 30 seconds remaining on the break between the first and second set. Penn Trafford looking to get themselves back into the WPIAL playoffs. Last season, like I mentioned, falling to Cannon Mac. A 5-set nail-biter. Gateway is a program looking to rebuild under the likes of their new coach. Both teams talking things over. The R2 making sure everybody is in the proper positions. Taylor's talking things over with the R1 as well. Don't know exactly what the issue is. Looks like it was something related to rotations. And they're finally figuring things out. Libero's checking in. We have an early sub here for Gateway. It's Jolina Estremera, who will come in for the Gators. Referee blows the whistle, and we are underway with the second set. Served over by Penn Trafford, passed up by the Gators. Outside Tyler net, looking for the angle. It's a net violation, though, anyway, on Gateway. Tough one for number 12, Alexis Margolis. And serving again is Penn Trafford. Sent over, passed up into the middle. That's out of the reach of the middle blocker. Just rolls over that tape, though, from the coverage from Gateway. Just touched over off speed. Good play from Jude Lover. Served into the net, a service there from number 21 for the Warriors. That's Ella Spenna. Checked into the match as the setter. Out of the reach of her, though, off the pass, and a free ball sent over by Penn Trafford. 2-1. Warriors leading in this second set. Looking to roll that one over, but not able to, was Margolis, and it's a point for Penn Trafford. That's tough play for Margolis, just to run over there, get herself angled properly, and then roll it over. Was not able to, and it's a point for the Warriors, and serving over for Penn Trafford is number 33. That's Schropp. Schropp gets the point. And it's Stuckis who will be in libero for Penn Trafford. Served over outside for the Gators. Passed up by number 5, that's Kate Shaw, and then sent over by Stuckis. Estremera passes that one up into the middle. Schropp is there for it, outside. Nice dig from number 12, Margolis, outside. Off the block, passed up by Stuckis. Backside, off the block, and Gateway gets the block. Fired up are the Gators. That's 15-4 for Gateway. Becky George and Amaya Robinson. Robinson was fired up after that one. Tough angle, so free ball for Gateway. Robinson has to touch that one over, out of the reach. Tough set from Gateway as well, as Robinson was playing a little closer to the setter, and that one was pushed more of a set for the 2 position instead of where Robinson was. So Stuckis will serve. Sent over, jump float serve, passed up by Margolis. Touched over by Robinson. Into the middle, big swing and off the arms of a Gateway player. Point for Jessie Bridge for the Warriors. And the libero will serve again for Penn Trafford. Passed up, outside, rolled over. Off the arms of Shaw. They go back to Shaw. Estremera is there for it. They'll fight for it at the net. Gateway rolls it over. Passed up by Stuckis. Backside for Penn Trafford. Passed up by libero. Pipe ball off the block, and a good swing from number 12, Margolis. Just hit the wrong side of the arms for number 22, Bridge. Bounces away, and it's a point for Gateway. Robinson will serve. Sent over, passed up by the Warriors. Play resumes on Penn Trafford's side. They roll it over. Estremera is there for the pass. Touched over by George. Into the middle, big swing, looking for a touch call. They do not get one. Jim Shaw is not happy with the ref not calling a touch. Correction, it has been overruled. At least that is what it looks like. Olivia Finelli will serve. Served over, too strong from Finelli. Passed up. Actually, correction, that's Berkeley Olszewski. Olszewski, excuse me. Checking into the match for Penn Trafford. Passed up by Stuckis. Into the middle, tight of the net. Off the arms of the Gateway Gators. Rolled over. Everybody diving for that one. Good job by Penn Trafford keeping it alive. Stuckis sends over a free ball. Passed up by George. Into the middle. Inside the line. It's a point for Gateway. Grace Weichkurser gets the point for the Gators. And Becky George serves. Passed up, Tyler Net. Tipped over, and a good placement from number 22, Jessie Bridge. 5'11" senior middle hitter gets the point for the Warriors. 8-5, Penn Trafford. Here in the second set, Penn Trafford won the first set, 25-15. Looking to take the second set as well, but a lot closer in this second set, especially early on, than we saw in the first one. It will be served over by number 19, Maddie Klobuchar. Off the players, or excuse me, that's number 18 who served that one, Olszewski. These numbers are tough for me for Penn Trafford. A lot of them are faded on the front especially. Served over, off the arms of Penn Trafford, and they get the ace. Estremera with the ace for Gateway. Served over off the arms of Penn Trafford. They'll play it, and they'll send over a free ball. Passed up by number 25, that's Estremera as well. Outside for the Warriors. Off the block, tolling it is number 7 for Penn Trafford, Jude Lover. Tight on the net, overpass, kept up though by Gateway. Good job defensively for the Gators, keeping that one alive. Back over. Out of the reach of a player for Gateway. It's a point for the Warriors. That one trickled off the block and just out of the reach of Jolina Estremera. Freshman for the Gators. Passed up by Robsonson. Into the middle, off the block, kept up once, twice, and not able to send it over is Penn Trafford. Jessie Bridge was the server for the Warriors, playing in the back row for that one rotation where she serves. Libero checks back in for Penn Trafford. It's 10-8. 2-point difference as this one served over and too strong for Gateway. Ella Speno will serve, the setter for Penn Trafford. Serves it over, passed up. Set over by Porter. Passed up though by Penn Trafford outside. Off the arms of number 25, Estremera, and it's a point for Penn Trafford. Once the ball is finally collected in the corner, it's given back to Penn Trafford, 12-8. Back-to-back points for the Warriors. They'll serve again. Passed up by Stuckis. Outside, tipped, off speed. That's a nice placement and a nice play from Jude Lover. And Spena will serve. Ella Spina serves, the sophomore setter. Robsonson tries to push it over, not able to. Got a blocker in front of her as well. That was Kaylin Lafredo. But it is a point for Penn Trafford. Spina will serve again. Passed up for Gateway. Outside, off the swing. Block coverage is there, though, from Voynick. Off the block again, kept alive by Gateway. Nice play from the Gators, keeping that one alive off the block. Into the middle, passed up by Estremera. Outside, Margolis, passed up by Penn Trafford. Good rally from both of these teams. Voynick Touched over. Great placement from number 12, Margolis. Saw that one the whole way. Couldn't have placed that one more perfectly for the senior, and it's a point for Gateway. That's a huge point for the Gators, too. They needed to side out badly. Margolis will serve for Gateway. Margolis running jump float serve. Outside into the net, though, for number 7, Lovair. And it's a point for Gateway. 14-10 here in the second set. Margolis into the net, a service error from Alexis Margolis. And Schropp will serve for the Warriors. Schropp sends it over off the tape, passed up though by Gateway. Outside, strong swing, kept up by number 33. That's Schropp. Into the middle, Robsonson. Off the arms of number 21, Alaspina. Margolis keeps that one alive, and she'll touch it over on a free ball. Passed up by Schropp, into the middle. Big swing, and it's off the arms of Robsonson. Kaylin Lafredo getting the point for the Warriors. Served over. Robsonson passes that one up. Into the middle, right to her. She calls for it, and she gets the point. By Robsonson with the point for the Gators. Served over. Strong serve, but passed up by Stuckis. Into the middle. Lafredo. Too strong from her out of the lines. Point for Gateway. Lafredo got a little bit too under that ball, and it sailed too far for the Warriors. Nice set to the backside for number 13 for Penn Trafford. That's Emma Hawk. Hawk, the junior, getting the point. 17-12 Warriors. Stuckis sends it over, passed up. Into the middle, Robsonson just out of the reach of her. Not as sure who that was supposed to go to. It was right between Robsonson and George on the set. They're talking things over with Avery Furzak. Off the arms, they're looking for help, and it hits the antenna. It's a point for Penn Trafford. They get the ace. That's Caitlin Stuckis. Stuckis gets the ace, 19-12. Gators in dangerous territory here in the second set. Outside, off the block. They do get the point, so they side out from the swing from the Gators. It was Becky George, junior outside hitter. Served over by Robsonson, passed up by Shaw. They're going to call a double hit on the set for Penn Trafford. Way too much spin on that one. Robsonson will serve again for the Gators. Robsonson serve, sent over, passed up by Shaw. Back to Shaw on the outside, off the block, and it's a point for Gateway. Or for Penn Trafford, excuse me. Tough play from McElhenney Estremera. McElhenney Estremera, as that one went off the block and she was going to play it and then just kind of out of her reach, didn't backtrack in time. That block really throwing things off for her. Kept up by Stuckis. Nice play in the corner. They send over a free ball. Outside, George. Cross court, passed up by number 33. That's Schropp. Off the block, and they get the point. Kate Shaw with the point for the Warriors, 21-14 in the second set. Served over. Passed up by Margolis. Back row for Robsonson into the net. Point for the Warriors. Berkeley Olszewski will serve for Penn Trafford. That one's going to go over the scaffolding and the divider that comes down. So that was tough for Gateway to play because you're expecting that to hit something, and it just didn't. Served over, passed up by Margolis, tight on the net, but it's overpassed, and it's an ace for Olszewski. 24-14, set point for Penn Trafford. Passed up, George has to get to it, and it drops in front of the bench. It's another ace for Olszewski. That's a point for Penn Trafford. They take the second set, 25-14. Warriors looking to sweep and close things out. Gateway trying to get themselves a set victory and force at least a fourth here on NFHS Network. Back underway in the third set. Serving this one over is Gateway. And Trafford took the first two sets, 25-15 and 25-14. A strong serve from Margolis off the block, kept up though by George. Jousting at the net, They'll send over a free ball. Into the middle. Off the fingertips of Margolis. It's a point for Olivia Peppel. Peppel, middle hitter, a sophomore at Penn Trafford High School. And serving is the Warriors. Robsonson sends it over. Set from the Warriors. Into the air, passed up though by the Gators. Margolis in the back row, off the block. Kept up by Stuckis. Outside. Off the block, out of play. It's a point for Penn Trafford. That swing coming from Pezzi. Serving it over is Caitlin Lafredo. Lafredo touches that one first, sets out, so Stuckis sets that one, but not a good swing from Pezzi. It's a point for Gateway. Served over off of Carly Hoffman. Tough angle for Emma Hawk, and it's point for Gateway. Sarah Porter serves it over. The play from Penn Trafford keeping that one alive. Into the middle, Robsonson off the block, though passed up by Hoffman. Outside, into the corner. Margolis is there. George, tough angle. Kept alive, though, by Lafredo. And it's going to be a double call on number 23, Pezzi. She knew it, too. Tried to play it off, but unfortunately, R2 right there to see that one. It's a point for Gateway. First lead for the Gators, 3-2 in this third set. Rolled over, passed up by Margolis. Into the middle, Robsonson. Lafredo with the second ball. Touched over by Stuckis. Margolis outside, George, tight on the net. Jousting, and then it's kept up by Penn Trafford. Rolled over, passed up by Voynick, and it's going to be a double hit on Gateway. Pezzi will serve. Served over, passed up by Margolis. Robsonson in the middle, and it's blocked down by number 30, Olivia Peppel. Not sure if Peppel got her hands on it, but at the very least, the presence caused that one to go back down for the Gators. 4-3, Penn Trafford here in the third set. In the middle, off the block, and a point for Peppel. Olivia Peppel, the sophomore, with the point for Penn Trafford, 5-3. Served over, off the arms of number 7, Nikita Voynick. Just out of the reach, but it's kept alive, and they get the overpass. Gia Pezzi, a tactical overpass, as some might call it. Having to dive for that one. No one from Gateway could get there. That's a frustrating one for the Gators, especially that deep in Gator territory, and nobody can get to that one. Tough play for Furzak to get there. It's an ace for Pezzi. She serves it over again. Furzak gets to that one, touched up by Robsonson. Stuckis outside. Angle shot, passed up by Margolis. Strong on that one. No touch for Becky George, and it's a point for the Warriors. Served over, tight of the net. They'll joust for it. Robsonson keeps it alive once, but nobody can get there for Gateway. 9-3 as the Warriors will serve. Served over off Margolis. Passed up George off the block, off Robinson, and it's a point for Penn Trafford. The block was there for the Warriors, stifling the Gators offense. 10-3 as Pezzi serves. Passed up by Estremera in the middle. Robsonson getting a piece of that one was number 16, Finelli. Passed up by Margolis. Robsonson again. Finelli there again. It's kept up by the Warriors. A free ball sent over. Margolis in the back row. Too strong. No touch. Just getting out of the way of that one was number 6, Ella Dindak. It was a point for the Warriors. 11-3. You're on NFHS Network. Again, quick reminder. For Gators football. Match will be on, or that game, excuse me, at Penn Hills tomorrow at 7 o'clock on the Gateway Football Broadcast YouTube page. Vince Russo and I will be on the call for that one. Next week, next Thursday to be specific, Gateway takes on Connellsville at 7:30 on NFHS Network. Connellsville, the team that Gateway defeated last season, 1-7 record in 2020. Served over, and we're gonna have a replay. That was a mistake from the R1, blowing the whistle to serve, and the clock hadn't fully gone down. So the buzzer went off, and Gateway not playing that one for obvious reasons. A replay, and we're back underway. Pezzi serves off of Margolis, and it's an ace for Pezzi. So Pezzi gets the ace, and she'll serve again. For the Warriors. Passed up. Outside. Tough angle, kept alive by Penn Trafford, but it's too strong from Pezzi. That was a nice play from the Warriors. That was on a tee for the junior outside hitter, but a bit too much on it. I think a little too excited that she was able to even play that ball. Served over, off the arms of number 16, that's Finelli. Passed up by Estremera in the middle. Off the block, kept up by Stuckis. Backside, too strong for number 13. That's Emma Hawk. And it is a point for Gateway. 12-5 in the third set. Robsonson serves, passed up by Finelli. Rolls that one over. Estremera is there for it. Set by Fairzack. Passed up, nice pass, 23. That's Pezzi off the block. Estremera gets one arm on it. Pushed over by the Gators. Warriors push this one over now. Into the middle. Tipped over by Weiskircher. Outside. Margolis gets a piece of it. Good up from Margolis, and Weiskircher bumps that one outside the lines. Point for Penn Trafford. Caitlin Stuckis will serve. Stuckis, jump float serve. Margolis passes it up. Outside. Passed up by Pezzi. On the right side, into the net for number 13, Emma Hawk. Hawk, a sophomore outside hitter, hitting on the right side for the Warriors. That one off of the hands of number 15, Becky George. Also, I believe, went off back of the head of number 28, Avery Furzak. So a service error for Gateway, and Penn Trafford will serve. Not able to get that one over was the libero, Estremera, and it's point for the Warriors. Finelli serves. Passed up, or correction, that's number 18 who serves. Berkeley Olszewski, and a point for Gateway. Off the fingertips of the Warriors. 15-7 in the third set. The sophomore libero serving into the net for Gateway. Carly Hoffman will serve for Penn Trafford. Passed up by Estremera, excuse me. Warriors on the right side off the antenna from Pezzi, and it's a point for Gateway. Served over, passed up, outside, off the block, kept up though by the Warriors. That one, I thought that hit the antenna, but it did not. Bounces over. That's kind of a weird play for Penn Trafford, but they do anyway. And they drop that one in for a point for the Warriors. That one skied over the antenna, right back down on the other side, perfectly in a straight line, where Penn Trafford had to play that one. And it is a point for Penn Trafford. Into the middle, Robsonson out of her reach. That one into the net. Will be a point for Penn Trafford, 19-8. We can close things out here in this third set. Get themselves their first victory of the season. Coming out of the reach. And too strong, I should say, for Penn Trafford. Margolis will serve. Margolis' serve. Didn't get a good piece of that one. Into the net. Service error for Margolis. 20-9. Served over by Dindak. Into the middle. Robsonson passed up by the Warriors. Outside number 10. It's a point for Gateway. I do apologize. I don't have 10 on the varsity roster. Could be El Visco, though, who is on the JV roster, at least on my roster sheet, for Penn Trafford. Into the middle. Off the arms of Penn Trafford. Nice swing from Robsonson. Gateway, a couple back-to-back points here. Served over, passed up. Outside. That one is out. Margolis happy that she did not touch that one. She went for it, just out of her reach. It's a good thing, as it's a point for Gateway. Served over, kept alive. Nice play from number 6, that's Dindak. In the middle, Robsonson. Out of the reach of two players, another kill for Robsonson. Point for the Gators, 20-13. Served over, passed up by Stuckis. Backside, off the block, and they get the point. That's number 10, El Visco. Visco, the sophomore. Served over, passed up. Tight on the net, they'll joust for it. Penn Trafford's side. 16 rolls it over Finelli. Passed up, though, by number 12, Margolis. Into the corner. Stuckis is there for it. Into the middle. Touched over. Off of Robsonson. That's a point for Penn Trafford. Robsonson's got to let that one go. Tough play as it was dropped right in the donut, but when you're a middle blocker, never go behind you. It's one of the first rules of middle blocking. When you're playing defense, don't need to go behind you. Always stay in front of you. Should be one of those other players that should be getting to that one first. Rolled over, passed up by Margolis. George on the outside, off speed, kept up though by Finelli. Rolled over. That's Hawk. Robsonson in the middle. Good swing from Robsonson, getting the kill. Amaya Robsonson, the senior. This is a young team for Gateway. You see a lot of players that are playing, and sophomores and freshmen have even gotten some experience tonight. So future is bright for Gateway as this one off of Weiskircher, and a point for Penn Trafford. Served over, out of the reach of anyone. It's an ace for Penn Trafford, and it's match point for the Warriors. (24-14). Served over off Robsonson. They'll get to that one, and they'll try and touch it over. That's tough for Estremera, and it's a point for Penn Trafford, and they take the match. The Warriors sweep the match in 3 sets, 25-15, 25-14, and 25-14. They get the first victory of the season. Gateway drops their first one of the fall 2021 campaign, and that will be all she wrote here from Gateway High School. Once again, final score is Penn Trafford sweeping in 3 sets, 25-15, 25-14, and 25-14. For our entire broadcasting crew, for our producer Lee Schaefer and the entire Schaefer family, I'm Spencer Witt saying so long and thank you for tuning in here on the NFHS Network. Good night, everybody.